Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to hold space for a second here while people pop on. I know a lot of you guys are going to be watching the replay. So, what I always say is interact on the replay just like you were here live. There's a lot of people missing out of this group that I haven't been able to get into the group yet. So, I am going to send the replay out by email as well. But I always suggest that everyone comes on and watches it on Facebook when I do this. I'm actually just lighting up some sage. We've got to clear some energy first before I get started. Lots happening. Andy, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. This is awesome. I know there's going to be a few of you guys popping on live, which I'm excited about. There's about 30 of you guys that are registered for this, and I only have half of you in the group right now. So Tanya, welcome. Yeah, whoever's on, just throw it in the chat. So for those of you that don't know and have never been on, let's say a masterclass like this, Vita, welcome. I love you guys to comment. So if something's hitting you and you're getting pinged and you want to express stuff or comment about things, throw it in the chat. It allows you to be able to integrate some of the energy. And I am answering questions this whole entire time. So if a question comes up about a concept that I'm talking about, I want you guys to throw it in there. And for those of you that are watching the replay as well in the Facebook group, throw your questions in here too. I always monitor these groups to make sure that you get what you need and the value you need from this type of concept that we're creating together. So please feel free to do that as well. But welcome, everybody. First thing I want everyone to do is I want you to take a deep breath, okay? And maybe close your eyes for a second and just ground. There is a lot moving around us this week. A lot moving around us. A lot of energy shifts and changes. If you are sensitive to energy, you might be feeling this. I've been getting messages from clients about literally shit hitting the fan in different ways, or they're questioning, their abilities, or they're like, what the fuck is going on this week? So you are not alone if you are feeling this. So just take another deep breath in and just allow yourself to be present here with me right now. We all have dynamics in our world going on, but there's something that called you here today to be a part of this training, teaching, this conduit of mine, because of the fact that you are really looking and leaning towards this next evolution of your life, this next availability for you, this next level of, let's say, spiritual development, or this next level of expansion in your world. And I can't wait to deliver this for you. And we are going to drop into a meditation in this practice today, because I want you to feel what this actually feels like to collapse time. I want you to know it in your soul and in your cellular DNA, so that you can step into this in any way, shape, or form that you desire to move energy around. So a couple things I just want to address here at the beginning is the actual notion. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to clear some energy first. So what's been happening lately, I'm going to tell you guys about my world. What's been happening lately is whenever I teach a spiritual expansion of lighting people up type of concept, some people can't hear the video. They can't hear the audio. They're getting distortions. So we, as spiritual beings, have a duality inside of us, inside of how we operate. So literally our ego driven and our spirit, they're both gifts to our experience here on earth, but also too, we have it in the world. And the more we keep accelerating our light, the more we keep standing in our power, the more we keep amplifying, the more we keep, as I call it, blowing shit up in the world, the duality opposing to that doesn't want that to happen, right? So sometimes it shows up in all different kinds of ways. Like we're stuck, we're unmotivated, we don't know what to do, we don't know how to maneuver through. The video is all messed up. Oh my God, okay. Is anybody else's video messed up? Because I just want to make sure, can people hear me? Throw it in the chat. Can people hear me? I'm going to clear the energy right now, because this tool is a massive, massive tool. So Vita, you're good? You're all good there? Okay, yeah. So Andy, there's obviously somebody. No, it's not your phone. You can hear me. Okay, that's good. This tool of being able to collapse time is a tool, but a concept that is going to change the game for your evolution. Every time it kicks you out. What the hell is that about? Okay, so let's clear some energy. So for those of you watching the replay, same thing. We're going to just drop in. We're going to clear the energy in the rooms that we're in, around our technology, around everything. So if you guys just want to just drop in, if you're driving, please don't do this, but just hold space for it. But if you can, close your eyes and you can ground in the energy that you're in. So I just want you to take a couple deep breaths in. Divine Creator, Archangel Michael in pure form, any other light beings, the dragon realm, the fairy realm, and any of the other realms that are here to support us today as we move through collapsing time in this concept. If you could please come in right now and clear the energy in the rooms that we're in, around the technology that we're in, around our energetic fields right now, so we can be of pure love, light, and truth form, taking in the energy and the information that is needed for us to keep evolving as souls, to keep illuminating, to keep moving in our expansion, and allow anything that is not of purely of love, light, and truth to be dissipated right now in real time at this moment, and keep us protected in this bubble of amazing energy together as we endeavor through this next experience and moving through into our day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Okay, now that I did that, and it's interesting, the last time I taught a masterclass, someone was messaging me saying that the video was distorted, and I said, just go do this, and she did, and then the video was fine. So we are now in a protective bubble. All the things are here for us to be able to step in and expand into. But paying attention, like this concept of duality inside of us, when let's say we're in a run, right now we're in a run of like expansion and momentum and acceleration and things are amazing. And then the next day we wake up and we're unclear, we lack motivation, we're doubting our abilities, we're in fear. Something is up with your energy. So, because you have all the tools as a human, all of you guys are doing work in some way, shape, or form. Josephine, welcome, in some way, shape, or form. So when you hit a block like that, I really want you to go inward. Now, we're not talking about this today, but obviously it's coming up for a reason because of the energy happening in the earth right now, and in our acceleration. I really want you to look at that. And how do you create clearing protocols in your world? Because the people I work with are accelerating in their spiritual evolution. That's their MO. And they're meant to do amazing things to help others accelerate in their lane. So whether they're relationship coaches, or they are all about soulmate manifestation, or you own, like Vita owns a boutique here in our local area, and she's helping people with health and removing energy. Whatever you're doing, you are a beacon of light. You would not be in this masterclass if you weren't in the space of wanting and desiring to step into this next level of spirituality, or this next level of energy, or this next level of service. You just wouldn't be here if you weren't, because you wouldn't have been able to click on the link to get here, and it wouldn't have phased your mind that this was something that you needed. So this is a reminder for you as you keep moving through this. Yes, the human shit's going to happen. The dynamics are going to happen. We have the emotional stuff to deal with too, but energetically, if you are in a space of, you've got clarity, you're not dealing with different dynamics and moving that through, that's going to be some clearing happening. So just want to remind you guys of that. And that's why I brought my selenite wand to today's session. I'm going to be doing some activation with some quantum, literally some quantum codes today, and some symbols when we drop into the meditation that I've actually activated recently. So it's going to be really cool to see how this shows up. Okay, Tanya, oh my God, this is totally you this week. Was set on fire and then hit with a brick wall energetically with lack of motivation. I know. And doubting your gifts. I know. So there's energy. It's energy. So I really want you guys to have pulse points on this as you move through. Because no matter how much I teach you about collapsing time, or how much I teach you about creating momentum in your business, or how much I teach you about being limitless or unleashed, it's that energetics, right? It's that now the human steps in to recognize what is going on. Okay, now that that is over, let's talk about collapsing time. Glenda, welcome to the party. Okay, collapsing time. So this is a concept new to some of you, This is a concept that you might remember, meaning at a soul's level, it might spark you and go, oh my God, I know this. And some of you have been working in this energy before, and this is going to be a confirmation reminder to you about how to accelerate this. So the concept, let me talk you guys through this, about collapsing time is we have timelines that are happening right now in the spiritual world. So let me bring it back to, we have different dimensions, we have different availabilities for energy. The earth experience where we are embodied right now is one of many experiences happening at once. Okay, so we technically, and I'm going to say this as like not as airy-fairy as I can, but we technically are multi-dimensional beings. Danny, welcome! Are multi-dimensional beings, meaning that we are incarnated in this human body, like I am here, right now with you, right now in this space. And I also am potentially incarnated in another dimension, in another body, simultaneously happening at once. And sometimes this baffles our brain to even think about this. But this is actually what the truth is happening in our spiritual world. We are beings of light and energy in a human form, and also in other potentially human forms, or maybe not human forms, in extraterrestrial forms. We might be embodied in, different realms. Maybe you're a dragon right now in another realm too, right? So that is our soul's ability to be able to step in multidimensionally. So with that being said, we have this timeline that is happening in real time for us. Like we have time here on earth as a human in time, but we also have a timeline, meaning that depending on my energy, I know you guys are all about the airy fairies. Depending on my energy, this is the timeline I'm working in right now, but I can effectively move timelines backwards, meaning into shadow energy, not as vibrational, and I can move it forward into this highest vibrational energy. And how we do that is shifting energetics. That is all. That is how we do this. So I guess this is why this showed up at the beginning. Like I said at the beginning, when we were talking about this shadow dynamic happening right now in some of our energies, some of you may not resonate with that and it's not happening to you. Amazing. But there's a lot of us on this call, especially in this group, that it's happening to, because I've been getting DMs about it. So I know you are not alone. When shadow energy comes into our world, our self-sabotaging tendencies, our inadequacy feelings, our fear, all of that, we drop into a different timeline. Meaning, when shit hits the fan, shit keeps hitting the fucking fan, right? That's a timeline. We have availability to be able to shift into a new timeline at any point in time. But we need to make a choice to do that, and then we need to do the work. And I'm going to talk to you guys about all of that today. I'm going to give you all the tools you need in order to move through this, okay? That is my job today. My whole body is in goosebumps as Vita's writing messages here in the comments, right? In that space of time. And I'm going to teach you that. But one of the concepts about using timelines like this in energetic expansion is our ability to collapse time. So what does that mean? That means that Colleen today, I am an entity in my body here today. And I have a certain rhythm of my life right now. I have a certain story that I'm playing out right now. I have a certain belief system I'm playing out right now. And the Colleen that I am aligning in my collapsing time has her exact same thing. She's got her rhythm. She's got her availability for belief. She's got the way she shows up in the world, right? So if I want to, and I desire to have the life that this Colleen is living, there's a gap here, right? Not just in resources. We're not even going to talk about resources. That's a whole other thing. Those will show up, okay? Those will show up. But there's a gap in energy. So Colleen today is living in this energetic embodiment here. Colleen of yesterday was living over here. And I'm going to talk about what that transition's been like for me. But I am now, my goal is, how do I bridge this gap and collapse time in the fastest way possible? Because I'm all about, and some of you guys have known me for a long time, and some of you guys are new to my world. But and if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I'm pretty bold, getting bolder by the day of expressing my rebellion. But I'm also in this space of like the challenge of this, right? So let's say I make 10 grand in 3 weeks. Now I'm like, how can I collapse the time to make 10 grand in 2 weeks now? Or not even, I'm like aiming for a week, and I'm actually aiming for a day. Okay. So like, I'm like, I don't want to piddle around in that space, but sometimes there's an evolution that needs to happen in order for you to get 10 grand a day. And move it from 10 grand in 3 weeks. Obviously, there's an energetics, there's action, there's all that stuff that needs to happen in the middle, right? But my goal today is to teach you about how do we step into this space to collapse it and keep collapsing it and keep collapsing it. Now, this isn't just about business. Okay, so I use time collapsing or timeline shifting, whatever way you want to call it. Some of you guys will resonate with different words. I use it in my health. So if you guys actually, and I don't think any of you guys have seen this, but Vita knows me in person. So she may remember and may not remember, but the weight I was in January to the weight I am now, I'm literally collapsing time. And in 9 months, if you saw who I was then to who I am today, you would be like, holy shit, like what happened? And I'll be like, oh, I'm doing collapsing time. Now, it takes action inside of that, but there's a visualization that I've been honing in on. And I swear to you, I could be off kilter for my nutrition, and it doesn't mean that my body isn't feeling the off kilter. Like if I eat gluten or if I eat shitty oils or whatever, I feel it in my body and it sticks here. This acne I've been talking about on my Instagram stories, it sticks here, right? And it's coming out now, purging, because I was fluffing around for a couple weeks. But I still released weight, even in that scenario. And people are like, how do you do this? I'm like, oh, I'm collapsing time. Because I have a visualization of who Colleen is here and the body form that she has and where I am today. And I'm going, boop, 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 boop. And I keep collapsing time to get it. So we can do it that way. We can do this in calling in relationships. So our ideal partners. And Tanya's a master at this who's on this call. She is literally collapses time for people with soulmates. But you could effectively use this tool to do that same thing. Your business, or even career, if you want to hit a certain level of income, a certain level of impact, a certain level of clients, all we have to do is energetically align as to who you are here when that is happening and where you are now and bridge that gap together. And we're going to walk through this exact thing today on how to make this happen. But I want to put it out to you guys and just to make sure, does everybody understand? Yes, by visualizing. Now, it's not just about visualizing it though, Andy, it's about really embodying it and then taking action in that embodiment. But does everybody understand the concept of what collapsing time is and timelines? I know, Megan, you just jumped on, so I'm not sure if you heard on any of that, but you will. Yeah, I want this in all areas. Yeah. All areas. Like I do. So I downloaded a visualization ability for me that I can literally, it's like I wake up in this bed and I drop in to wherever I am. So it's always in the same scenario. I'm in this white bed. I have this amazing view of this water. And I walk through everything. So what my relationship feels like, what's happening in my world, what's going on, what am I drinking that morning? How do I feel in my body? What does my closet look like? And I really allow myself to step in and embody. Never heard of time collapsing. Okay, Megan, were you on the whole entire call? Because if not, and you missed the beginning part, then maybe you want to do that. But basically, let me give you the summary. It's like where we are today and where we want to go, and merging these timelines together to be able to call it in faster, to be able to embody it faster. Yeah, I go through an explanation at the beginning, but that's the gist of that. And I talk about timelines in universal alignment. So we have availability, and I want to remind us all to drop in timelines, meaning vibrationally lower ourselves, or we have availability to actually accelerate our timelines and move and change the way we see things. So let me give you some examples of this because I think it's important that we talk about this. So when all this COVID stuff is happening, and there's still a lot of dynamic happening, and I say this because it's one of the most dominant conversations we could have from a reality standpoint of looking at things. So I live in Canada, for those that don't know. And up here in Canada, last year especially, we were having tons of food shortages and all this stuff. And my mom was calling me and she was like, you need to stock your stuff and you need to get some gas and you need to figure out how to have a fire. And yes, there's parts of our human that needs to be prepared for some things that are going down the pipeline, okay? But there's also the availability. I go to my mom, I'm like, Mom, I don't live in that timeline. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, that's a reality for a lot of people that sit in an aspect of fear, right? There's a lot of fear there. Oh my God, like what if that happens? And oh my God, what if this happens? And oh my God, what if that happens? And yes, there's some truth to that. But do you have to take it on and believe that? No, you don't. You get to step into your space as a sovereign being, choosing how you show up in life. And even if shit is happening all over, you could be in your house, completely in your own zone, not even recognizing that scarcity is happening out there. That is actually truth. That is available for all of us. So remembering that someone else's timeline and someone else's fear does not have to be yours. You do not have to own that at all. You get to decide where you step in. You get to decide how you show up in the world. You get to decide how this shifts in your life for you. You get to decide all of this space. And it's a choice we make every single day. Now, when, let's say you go over to your mom's house like I would, and you drop into the energy, you might feel all of those things. And the same thing, like maybe you're like, oh my God, maybe I should get some backstock. Oh my God, maybe I should take out $10,000 in cash and have it under my bed. Oh my God, maybe I should, right? Because you are now living in their energetics, where they are on the timeline. You do not have to live there. Okay? You do not have to live there. That is your choice where you want to live. And you could be vibrating all the way over here. So when this whole COVID thing happened, my mom's sending me freaking video after video after video after video. All the videos she sent me. And I said to her, Mom, I just want to let you know that I know exactly what's happening. And I don't need any more videos to tell me what's happening. I already feel it inside of my heart. I don't need to go there. I don't need to watch all this crap going on at all. I don't need them. You know, oh, but this one's a good one. I was like, no, like, Mom, I'm cool. Like, I get the overall plan. I feel it in my heart. I know what the truth is. I know what this looks like, and I don't need to drop there. But for some people, and some of you may have been in this space as well, and I'm just bringing it up and we're recognizing it now to honor where we were compared to where we are now. And I know you guys are commenting, and I'm going to go through those in a second, but I'm kind of in a roll. I don't know who's channeling into me right now, but it's kind of fun. So, and maybe some of you lived over there and you have been, and we can drop at any time, but I really want you to understand that you are in charge of your timeline and no one else is. Not your kids, not your parents, not your neighbors, not your best friend, not your clients, you. And the more you hold that energetic space of what is your truth and what you believe, the more you create and manifest in that energy. And that's a key that we have, that we get to choose what we take in. We get to choose the emotions we have. We get to choose how we show up. Now, when we drop, meaning we go into spaces with people that are not in our vibrational alignment, then we'll drop. Or when we get into containers like this, where people are on the other side, we now are like, I want in that energy. I want to tap into that for myself, right? So we've got these choices that show up for us. And every single day, we get to choose and wake up into our alignment every day. And some of us have spiritual practices that help us get into that. Some of us are avoiding our spiritual practices that help us get into that, because there's some disconnect potentially from you changing from this vibrational state to this vibrational state. But you probably know, because if you're in my world right now and you're on this or you're watching the replay, you know what needs to shift for you to make that move. You know. It's been downloaded to you. Maybe you've been avoiding it. Maybe, you're like in denial about it, but there's pieces there. And then the human steps in to do the work, to heal the emotions, to take the action. So I was on a call literally at 10 a.m. before I jumped onto this. And I said to the girl, like, I am in a war between me and me. Okay. Me today, me tomorrow. The possibility of who I know I am purely at the root core and where the human sits right now and bridging the gap to get there. You know what is going to take me into this next level of amplification that I need to be in? Meditation. And doing my spiritual practices and taking Brooke's, and Brooke will be on here later, but taking Brooke's Kundalini yoga program that she gave to me that I've been avoiding for, I don't even know, Tanya, how long has it been? Like a month she gave that to us? And there's pieces that I need in order to amplify my light. And I battle every day. The battle is in me. Every single day I battle with myself now and my higher self here going, just get the shit done, right? And I am a doer. Like, guys, I do. I'm a warrior energy. I can create. I can launch masterclasses. I can teach. I've been talking for 26 minutes with no notes, right? I can teach. This is who I am. It's who I can show up every single day of the week. But when you put me into, like, I am very, very clear about what it's going to take for me to get to the next level. I've been floating in a good world for a while. Good. It's good. You know, I make 5 figures a month easily. I do that. That is easy for me. I've been doing that for years. But I'm so ready because I'm being called and amplified and spoken to in a way that's like, we need you fully embodied in your soul's mission because your people need you. And this is what you need to do in order to get there. And and I have this conversation every day with myself, every day. So I get to choose, do I stay in the timeline that I'm in? That's good. It's good, but it's not serving fully where I need to be. And there's shifts of action that are going to have to take place, which I'm going to give you when we drop into the meditation. I'm going to walk you through a part. You're going to know exactly what you need to do every day in order to keep shifting into that. So it may not just be the visualization, like Andy, you said, or the energetic embodiment. You may have action items that are going to show up in the meditation that you're going to take to be able to run with, to be able to shift this for yourself. Cool. Does that make sense? Okay. Let me see here. I'm going to go back. Never heard of time collapsing. Exactly. Yes. Not in your world. Same here. I haven't prepared shit. 100%. No COVID in Andy's world. Yeah. Your poor mom. I know. Feared so much. And like, look at all that, right, Vita? Not to be in the fear, preach it, lack. Not sure why I'm avoiding my stuff. Haha, we're on day 27, I think, but I'm even avoiding it too. We should just go to Wendy's story. So my girlfriend Wendy's been doing Kundalini yoga. She just stepped in every day. I should go to her stories because she posts every day and be like, Wendy, what day are we on? You know, obviously I have to restart. But Kundalini yoga for me is going to activate a new level of energy. And, you know, I don't live in fear. Like, I really don't live in fear. Yes, Josephine, jump onto the replay. Everyone will get it and all of that. But there's almost like that piece in me. Like, I'm straight up, guys. Like, and I will always be straight up with you and real. And I will speak it like it is because I want everyone to be like this. I don't want us to hinder our conversations because when I can come from purity to you to serve you in this energy, it might click the next phase for you. And my job is to illuminate. Whether you're in a masterclass, free, not paid, circle, whatever way we're integrated content, my job is to activate and illuminate you. And if I keep speaking my truth and I want you to see and feel that from me, then you can keep embodying yours, right? And whatever you take from this today, and this, I know you're going to take a lot from this meditation, but because I'm not going to be guiding it as a human. Someone else is going to be guiding it. But if I can serve you in some way, shape, or form, that's my job and objective always is to do that. So yes, I do this. And you know what's getting easier? It really is. Over the last month, I've been really leaning in and I'm watching it happen in real time. So I don't know if some of you guys saw my post about August, but you know, I'm creating reoccurring income every month now. I sold 16 different offers the month of August last month. I literally released weight that I shouldn't have been releasing. You know, like I probably should have gained weight in August based on what I was doing. And it baffles my brain all the time, but this is what this is about. This energetic embodiment, this next level movement, and us being able to maneuver all this together. Okay. So does anyone have questions? I want to open that up. And I know the comments are a bit delayed. And I know that I am talking to you like I am a teacher but I can't keep my hands off this selenite, so it's helping me ground and be in this space for you. Does anyone want to comment or have questions about anything that I've said? And then I'll actually look at my little bit of notes that I wrote for today. Let's just see. Talked about that. Okay, so one thing I do want to definitely talk about is clearing and protecting your energy when you do this kind of work. So before you go into any kind of visualizations or meditations, I would clear the energy of the room. Now, some of you guys use different tools for this. All of us have different protocols. So I really want you to understand that all of us have different protocols, okay? So if you're feeling called to light sage, like I was today, I have Palo Santo here as well. I've got crystal grids in this room. I've got white candles lit. Whatever I'm being called to do, because I live fully embodied in my intuition. Everything I do, from what I wear to the crystals I sport, and some of them I don't even know what they do. Like this is a Kundalini citrine. And for my friend Roxy, she gave me this one. She's like, you need this. And I'm like, I'll take it. That's how I operate and in my world, but everything is intuitive. So if that day you're being called to close your eyes and create this imagery around you to clear your energy, then that's what you need to do that day. If you're being called to light up sage and to move this through into your space, then that's what you need to do that day, right? If you're being called to use a selenite wand and create certain types of geometry or symbols, because symbols activate, and then sometimes I do a symbol and then I go poof, and I light it up and I see it visually lit up and then it encircles me in a certain way, whatever that means for you. But the couple of things that I've noticed over the years, so I've been doing this for 13 years. Isn't that crazy? Andy knows me from forever ago, the old Colleen back then. But I've been doing this kind of work for 13 years. And unless you knew me, connected to me, like in this alignment, you didn't know I was really spiritual. Like you might feel like I had good vibes, some good energy and stuff, but I never spoke it out loud, like on a masterclass, or you wouldn't see me posting about it on Instagram, even though Instagram wasn't even a thing back then. But there was one time, and I remember this, I said to my girlfriend once, she's like, I just need some help. I said, okay, I'm being told to tell you to lay down. And I didn't know I channeled at the time either. I was just like, this is what I see. Like, I didn't know what this was, right? This is what I see. And I was like, I need you to lie down. I want you to envision blowing black smoke out of your nose. And that was the first time that I ever really recognized about protocols in our world and stepping into that space of protocols and all of us having uniqueness in this space when it comes to the way we clear and protect our energy. And right now, because the energy of the world is moving so quickly, as you see, more people are inclined to speaking truth. More people are inclined to stepping into their light. More people are wanting to shift the shit in their life to be able to step into the spaces they're meant to step into. You're seeing it everywhere in whatever aspect is happening. And especially because you guys are aware, you're seeing it more and more happen. But as that accelerates and as that keeps moving, the same thing happens over here in the shadow, meaning the shadow inside of you for sure, it's coming up to be cleared for you to illuminate. That's a whole other conversation, but the shadow in the world. So our protection protocols and clearing protocols may shift daily. So when you drop in to doing something like this, to meditating, to asking for clarity questions, for stepping in to create, use your protocols, whatever is dropping in for you right now to be able to maneuver. Okay. Okay. Danny, how will I know what tools I will need to collapse your timelines? I've not yet tapped into my visual abilities. Okay. So when we drop in to the meditation, Danny, you are going use your sense of knowing. So because I know you have a strong sense of knowing. Danny's been in a few of my circles, so I get her on this level because I walk her through every month in our circles through a guided meditation. It's going to be the exact same thing. So when we drop in here, let's ask and set the intention that you're going to know exactly what you're going to need. And you may not need anything. Maybe it's just going to be like all you have to do is visualize and be and embody that energy, and you will be able to maneuver it forward. And it's a really cool thing for you too, Danny, because Danny messaged me yesterday saying that she's ready to finally start her business, which I can't wait to see. Having this tool at the beginning is a game changer. And Tanya, I don't know, Tanya's been in business for a while too, but Tanya, I don't know if you ever use time collapsing in order for you to grow your business. obviously that's one of the tools I've been using lately, and it's game changing for me. So I can't wait to share it all with you guys. But moving that through. Kids' first day of school, decluttering and cleaning, and will sage your whole house. Yeah, well, especially when you're moving energy. If you guys are ever bringing anything into your house too, like someone gave you something, clear that shit before it comes in. Especially if it's from your grandma. Okay, Tanya, haha, like I was called to put black tourmaline and selenite in your pillowcase to sleep at night, and then your husband made the bed and launched them across the bedroom. Yes, that kind of thing. Roxy, who's not on here live, who's a part of my world, and if you guys don't know her, you need to know her. She's amazing. She's the crystal whisperer, but all the time she's like, I'm wearing this because I was told to wear this, and I was told to clear this, and I was told to do that, and she's following that guidance. So all of you guys have that inside of you to follow. Yes, I was your very first coach. I know, so crazy. 2011, right? Isn't that nuts? Welcome to the party, Jackie. Yep, love collapsing timelines. Thank you. Amazing. Okay, does anyone else have any questions about collapsing timelines? So I talked about protecting our energy. I talked about the possibility of vibration in timelines, being able to jump backwards or into lower vibrations and allow ourselves to do that. If you guys, let me talk to you guys about this real quick. If you guys are in these scenarios, if you're around people that are soul sucking and draining, because a lot of the times it's our family, and not that they do this on purpose, but, and even people in your world, like you could be going out to the grocery store and all of a sudden you feel irky shit happening in your body. Clearing your energy is important, but you can maneuver. You're going to watch. There's parts of your world that you are more prone to dropping in timelines. Because I'm transparent, I'm going to tell you guys this. I sent this to Tanya the other day. When I hang out with a guy friend of mine, who's also my ex-boyfriend, who's also my twin flame, and I'm sure I could add more titles to our relationship. We are not together, nor will we be. Maybe we might finish this life together at an old age. But when I go see him, I drop in timeline every single time. I get into destructive patterns. I get into I just don't want to do stuff. I get distraction. And our whole time when we were together, I was distracted, trying to be something I thought he wanted, even though all he desired was me being my true self and owning my space, right? So I drop in time. So I know if I go there, I have to block off time the next day to be able to regroup, to get back into where I need to be, back into my momentum. I am actually really looking forward to moving to Costa Rica because he won't be there. And if you guys know anything about twin flames, there is that energy that you just are around each other all the time, right? But I literally have to come back home. I have to clear my energy. I have to have a shower. I have to go work out. I have to do nothing for a while. And then maybe I'm able to come back in. But in your world, there's people like that in your world. They're around us. So paying attention to when you drop and then paying attention to when you accelerate. Those are the people you potentially wanted to be in your life. Like maybe you want to be around those friends more. Maybe you want to be in those collectives of people. Maybe you want to be in those memberships. Maybe you want to be coaching with that coach, or maybe you want to be in that program because they accelerate your availability to change timelines, to collapse time, to expand into things. Okay. Short time, you can watch a replay for sure. Really, it's all about raising vibration. So how do you shift from the human grief to raising and shifting when the emotions are so real? Yeah, it's like our human experience is a tough one, Vita, because we have our emotional body, we have our spiritual body, we have our physical body, and then we have all the other bodies that are around. I'm going to talk about those three right now. So when you're really in the grief in that human form, I just want to channel for a second. There's going to be time and space that you're going to be able to drop in to honor the grief. I'm not a grief counselor. I don't do grief work. When people lose loved ones, I see life differently, and I'm going to own that because I can talk to loved ones all the time. And I know that they're not here in their physical form, and that is challenging for us that they're not here physically any longer. But they are almost more potent in our life when they're on the other side. Like you tapping into your mom for guidance now in her pure soul form will help you more than her fearful form she was in physicality. But her physical body isn't here any longer. So I get this dynamic. So what I'm being told to tell you is taking space for grief, and honoring what you need, but also not letting it hinder you. Because there's a reason that it happened right now at this exact moment of time, even though our human side is challenging for us to comprehend that. Right. And I really get it. I really get it. I get it. So it's about looking at it and going, okay, what does this mean for me? What does this represent for me? And how can I use this now to illuminate myself more and step in more aligned action to honor that? Like, let's say, the main lesson coming out of all of this was to have more family time so that you integrate more aspects of that love when we're here in this human form. Maybe that's what it is. Okay. I'm just making that up, and that might be true. So now how do you create potency in your actions around that and make that a priority, but also create, so you're not dwindling, you're not thinking about, you're not procrastinating around it. You take those 2 hours to do business and then the next 5 hours to be in that alignment with family. And it's about really looking at that lesson, honoring the grief and the feelings, but it's also taking a look at what this means and now embodying what it means. Because I think that we get stuck. We all get stuck in certain circumstances in our world that it keeps getting heavy on us. It's the same pattern. It's happening over and over again. And until we really look at it and fine tooth comb it, and Glenda and I were talking about this the other day, and really looking at it and getting honest. The thing is, sometimes we're not honest with ourselves. So therefore we cycle in these patterns still. When you get honest in that, then you're able to step into that. There may be somebody in your world that can support you, but no, I feel like this is a lone ranger thing. This is you and you. This is you getting honest with yourself, really looking at this and honoring it, and then being able to step into this space. Okay. Okay. Yes, Danny, I'm moving. No, I don't know where I'm going to end up. So Costa Rica is the first game plan. We'll see what happens. So it's going to be cool, but you can come visit me. Mi casa, su casa. It's open for everyone. You have to move home from the UK to leave your twin flame behind too. Oh yeah, you totally get it. Love your life. Oh, you're so sweet. I feel that for sure, 100%. Yeah, thank you. Okay, amazing stuff. Okay. I really want to drop you guys into this. If there's any questions coming out of this, or if you think of anything in real time, throw it in here. The group will always be open too. If something happens tomorrow and you guys want an answer to it, just throw it in there as well. But let's drop in. I want you to feel and experience what this is going to be as we maneuver through this. And then I got something that dropped in today. That's a surprise, like free offer for tonight. If people are feeling the need to jump on, I'm going to open it up for everybody. So I'll tell you guys about that later. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. All right, everyone get comfortable, please. Whew. All right, in the space that you're in, if you do end up watching this video without going into the meditation, I apologize. No, I don't. You are going to see me flaring my hands. There's going to be some times I'm going to be activating with sacred geometry and symbols as we move through this. So if you ever watch this and you're like, what is she doing? I'm just channeling. That's what I'm doing. Okay? Just thought I'd give you that preface. All right. Okay. As long as no one's driving, please do not close your eyes and drop into a meditative state if you're driving. I always have to say that disclaimer because you never know, right? So, okay, let's just take in a couple deep breaths in. And with every breath you take in, allow yourself to just relax more and more in the room that you're in. Become really present in your surroundings. So hearing whatever noises that are there, smelling whatever smells, feeling whatever vibrations are coming through the body, allow that to expand and just be present here with me right now. And as you do that, I just want to ground us into the space that we're in. So let's get that root chakra open. So for those of you that don't know chakras that well, it's at the base of the spine. Just imagine like a circle, or I call it like a vortex of energy opening up. And some people might see red as the root chakra is represented in color by red, but for some of you, you may be seeing a different color. So allow whatever color to come through that root chakra right now. And allow yourself to feel a vibration of grounding, meaning you feel protected and safe. You feel secure in your body. You feel present in the space that you're in. And from that chakra being open, imagine a cord coming down through that chakra, down through the chair or the floor that you're seated in, going all the way down through the earth, all the way through all the dimensions of the earth, and down into the center of the earth. And there you're going to find a crystal. And allow that rope, that cord of light, whatever it looks like, to plug in, to tie itself around that crystal in the center of the earth. And as you do that, you feel now the power coming up through the earth. So that light cord might illuminate in another color. You might feel a surge of energy coming through, but you are connected now into Mother Earth, into the great Gaia. So you feel that presence of grounding, that presence of nature around you. You feel that power coming from the root of the earth. So allow that to ground up into the body. Some of you may want to bring it all the way up through your crown, so meaning bringing it all the way up through your body, down out through the feet. Others, you're content right here. So whatever is showing up for you right now to do, to explore, allow yourself to go. And as we move through this visualization, the same thing. There is no rights, no wrongs. Whatever is showing up for you is exactly perfect for what you need at this point in time. So taking a few more deep breaths, just allow that energy to float through. What we're actually going to do today too is I'm going to get you to open up the heart chakra and your third eye chakra. And we're actually going to merge some energy together for us to go into the space that we need to go into. So first thing we're going to do is that heart. So right at the center of your heart. So imagine again like a circle opening up. For some of you, it may be a vortex energy. You might see symbols, you might see colors, you might see it shooting out through your heart. Allow your heart to open and be available. Our soul resides in the heart. Our mission on earth is here. This is our connection to ourselves inside of this space. Our past lives, everything, our future lives, our timelines, everything is here in the heart. So allow your heart to open and allow you to be present and feel the energy of your heart. If you're getting emotional, allow it to come through. It's all perfect. Love, compassion, light, truth. You feel that connection to the root. You feel grounded through the heart, through the root, all the way through. Allow it to open up. And then if I bring you up to the third eye, so right at the brow line, in between the brows, imagine right there on your forehead, a circle of light opening. Some of you may be open already. Amazing. Let's amplify it. If it's closed for you, just start to see it opening up. So seeing that circle or that vortex of energy come through, seeing that light peek out, whatever is showing up, whatever color it is perfect for you, and allow it to amplify. So meaning for some of you, it might just open wider. For some of you, you may shoot light out into the room, whatever that looks like. This is our connection to divinity, higher self messages, the universal alignment, through the crown as well. They play intricate roles together. But specifically today, I want you to imagine the light that's inside of your third eye and the light that's inside of your heart merging together in a ball of light in front of you. So now this ball may not be a ball. It may take form in a different way, a different shape. It may look like a tornado-like energy. You might see flares coming through, whatever feels like it's coming through, whatever is knowing coming up, whatever is showing up visually for you, whatever that looks like, allow it to build out right now and see the morphing of these energies. So in your mind's eye, you see this powerful ball here, this powerful potency. You feel the power, you feel the connectedness. Some of you may be getting visions already of this and maybe not visually seeing it, but you may just feel like you may see some past life stuff. You may see your multidimensional self there. You may see the connection to your soul. And some of you may not be seeing anything at all, and it's totally perfect for that to be happening as well. Just allow whatever is coming through to come through and just know that everything is happening in exactly the way it needs to happen right now. So as this ball or this orb of light continues to morph in front of you, rotate, potentially move in front of you, inside of that ball is a flower. So I want you to look inside that ball and see a flower inside of this ball. And allow the flower to open up and bloom. And as it does that, allow yourself to look into the flower, into a beam of light that's in the flower. And as you do that, you're going to see a pathway start to open up, and I want you to start walking down that pathway. Now, some of you may be out in nature, some of you might be in a temple, some of you might be in another room, in a house. Wherever you are is perfect, or wherever you feel like you are is exactly where you're meant to be. And allow yourself to start walking down. Now, this is the cool part. Each of you is going to be dropped into a scenario where you are going to meet a desired life that you wish to live. Now, for some of you, if we were to set an intention at this point in time, it could be where your business is, where your love life is, where your life is, the things that you desire, the things that are on your heart, your service to humanity, your impact in the world, your lifestyle, whatever that looks like for you. So allow yourself now to drop into a scene that is going to amplify this intention. So some of you might be in a house right now, you might be on a beach, you might be in an infrastructure, wherever you are. I'm going to give you a minute to build it out and feel out where you are. If you can't see it, allow yourself to know where you are. Allow yourself to feel it in the body where you are. Some of you may just feel the energy being there. So drop in now, and I'm going to give you a minute in this space to build it. And in one of the corners of the space that you're in, whether it's on a beach somewhere, out of the corner of your eye, you see an availability for two people to sit down. It might be rocks, it might be a table, it might be chairs, whatever it looks like for you, a bench, whatever that is. Allow yourself to know or build that out now if you visually see it. And you're going to walk up to one of the spaces and sit down. And then I want you to call in the highest vibrational level, the person that you are in the intention that you set. So if you have an intention for business and income, or an intention for your life or your love life, who are you when that intention is met? What are you wearing? What does your hair look like? What do you feel inside your body? What are your mannerisms? And maybe they're not that much different than where you are now. But allow yourself to build this infrastructure out. And as you start to build it, and as you start to feel into what does it feel like to be her, her starts walking down towards you to take the other seat beside you. So there's certain clothing she might be wearing, or not wearing for that matter. There may be somebody with her. Maybe it's a partner, an animal, a child. There may be something that she's wearing that is really reflective of this level that she's in. The color of her nails, if she has nail polish on, the way she does her makeup, if she has any on, what does she look like? And now what does she feel like? What is her confidence level like? How clear is she about her world? How does she hold her stature? And as you continue to allow her to be built out in front of you, what does it feel like to be in her presence? What does it feel like? She's got a certain energy about her, a certain level of energetics. You have a reassuring knowing when you're around her. A knowing of what? What is she showing you in her energy? Now, in this scenario that we're in, we get access to ask her anything that we desire. So one question I want you to definitely ask her is, at this exact moment of where I am and where you are, what actions need to be taken on my part in order for me to get to where you are faster? And I'll give you a second to have a conversation. Now, I also want you to ask her, what are the obstacles currently in my way that are not inhibiting me from collapsing time quicker? And for those of you that don't see her or can't hear her speaking to you, feel it into you. You know the answers already. They are inside of you. You know exactly what needs to happen for this to move forward. So allow yourself to connect. Is there anything I need to know outside of what you've just shared that is going to impact my ability to get to the space that you're in quicker? Trust yourself. And seeing as you are connected right now into a different timeline with a different version of you, what does this version of you have to say to you? Does she have anything else she wants to express, to tell you? Allow her to do that now. Now, do you have anything that you need to say to her? Now, if any of you gotten an action, a visualization in connection with collapsing time together, I want you to ask her, is there specific things that you need to be visualizing? Is there specific things you need to drop into? Is there specific things that are required from you right now? And you may have gotten this answer, but let's just confirm to make sure you got everything you need. Now I want both of you guys to stand up, and I want you to place your hands, like if you put your arms out, extended in front of you, palm to palm, I want you to place your hands together. And I want you to ground in the space that you're in. I want you to feel her energy through your hands. She is you and you are her. She's just in another timeline. So you have access to everything that she has access to. You just need to make a choice and take the actions that she's given you to get to that next level. And the timing can be shifted no matter what, meaning it can be accelerated, it can be stopped or slowed down depending on where we are at. So as you feel her energy through your hands, I want you to say out loud in the space that you're in, or in your mind at least, I am you and you are me. I lovingly accept the quest of collapsing time to get to where you are. Please continue to show me the way every day and guide me to be able to activate this ability in me. And as you claim that out into the world, I want you to see her hands starting to merge into your hands, her arms starting to merge into you as the energy starts to combine. And as you embody and feel the vibration of who she is, I want you to take note of what it feels like in your body. What does it feel like to have this level of energy, to have this level of confidence, to have this level of clarity, to have this knowing, this peace in your life? What does it feel like to be her? You are her already. She is you. The goal now is to just bridge the gap of energy time to embody this feeling every day. So as you take note of it, where do you feel it? Where is it in the body? From head to toe, do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it somewhere? Allow it to come through and build. Build. Everything you desire is right here, right now. And the next phase is choice. So as you continue to feel this, we're actually going to leave this meditation with her inside of you. There's no need to disconnect this energy. You have access to it any time you desire. And as you start to walk back down that pathway, you're walking now with a new level of energetics. You're walking now with a new level of clarity. You know exactly what you need to do in order to sustain this energy inside of you. And as you walk back down towards that light, back out towards the flower, coming back out through that ball of light that's in front of you, back out into the room that you are currently in, you still feel the energy in your body. So allowing now the dissipation of your third eye and your heart. So let's break up that energy and bring it back into the chakras. You can access it anytime you want, anytime it's there. And allow yourself to go back down into the root chakra and back down through the earth. Let's follow that light cord all the way back down into the earth, back down to the crystal that's there. And we can unhinge or unplug from that crystal and allow that light or that cord to come back up through the root. Feeling your body again in the room that you're in, wherever you are, wherever you're seated. Allow yourself to start to move the body when you feel ready to do that. And coming back into the body. And when you're ready, you can open up your eyes. Some of you are yawning. Release whatever needs to be released. If you need to write notes in connection with what just went down, please do so. If anyone has questions about what happened in that for them, I'm going to give you a tool now to be able to drop into that. You guys can do this anytime you want. So the intention of what this was for you is to get some answers on what you need. Now, the phase of embodying that energy that we did at the end was to merge the energetics together, to come together, to be able to feel and embody the energy. Every day, you can go into a visualization of how she lives. What does she do? Wherever you want, who is she in this relationship that you desire to be in? Who is she in business? Does she show up? Who is she in life? How does she parent her kids and all of that? Yeah, Andy, you haven't done any of my meditations so far. Welcome to my world. That was pretty soft compared to some of the activations I channel in. But who is she? So on a daily, so what I did, so let me tell you guys a couple things about me. When I channel, I see everything. I can see it. I feel the spirits drop in. I know what's happening wherever we are. If we're in a temple, I'm there. I see it all. And I also see some pieces of each of you. So I will get pieces of this and that. I'll know where some of you are in your meditation. I'll know. But when I do my own meditation, it's hard for me to drop in to visualize it because I'm not channeling what needs to come through. So what I did for myself is I created an audio for myself. I created, I'm going to look at the comments in a second. I created an audio that walked me through a scenario of what she would be like at the point of what I am time collapsing, right? Oh, I'm breaking up again. Does anyone else hear me breaking up? Just let me know. I'm just going to send over some energy to you, Vita, and just clear some energy around you. So this audio walks me through, I'm waking up in this room, in this scenario. I'm doing these things in this scenario. This is who I am. I just want to make sure. Megan's here. Okay, I'm getting you back. I'm just going to wait. Yes, you can hear me. Okay. I'll restart the video. You don't have anything on here, Vita? So Megan can hear me now. Crap. Maybe, hang on a second. Maybe pop off Facebook and then back in. Okay. Got you. Tanya's got me. Okay. Okay, everybody. I'm just going to continue. I'm almost done because I want to hold space for you guys too. So and then if anything drops in, I want you guys to make a comment in the group, right? I want to hear from you guys. Yeah, you had to go out and go back in. And I had to shut the live down and come back in. I don't know. I was like, is it Mercury retrograde yet? But we don't have to drop in that timeline, remember? We can, and it still will affect us because the planetary alignment of energy, honoring that. Okay, yeah, you'll try. Okay, cool. Honoring that. Okay, so this is what I was saying to you guys. I created an audio that I can listen to every day that leads me into her life. What does she do on a daily basis? How does she wake up? What does she do? How does she embody? How is she in relationships? How is she with clients? How does she maneuver that forward? Okay, good. I'm glad you're back, Vita. How does she maneuver that forward? Right? And because of my ability, yeah, I know the 7 planets, because of my ability to channel, that helps me be able to visualize that. Especially it's really hard for me sometimes to listen to myself in a meditation, and move that through. So creating yourself an audio to be able to bridge that gap. So I missed all of the, messages of what that happened. But Tanya was talking about the energy and how it amplified in that space for her, and bridging that. But you can step in. I want to tell you guys this. Collapsing time is about stepping into that energy as much as we can to move it together, right? So some of us have been programmed that things need to take a long time. Oh, you need to put in your 5 years worth of work in order to make this much a month. Like, that is not true. I want to dis everything. I want to disengage, disable. I want to change that narrative for you guys. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. You can lose weight by eating shitty if you're collapsing timelines, okay? You can make 5 figures a month without putting in a lot of effort if you choose to step into that space. You can create a super successful business with amazing people in it if you choose to step into that space. You can manifest the career you want by collapsing time in who are you if you were in this optimal position in your life. You can do it in all these ways. But our challenge is this programming in our mind that it has to take a long time, that we have to do all this stuff, that we have to move all this through, and all of that shit scenario. We don't need to do any of that, okay? So here's what we need to do. Take the actions that she told you that you needed to take in order to collapse that time to get to where she is. Visualizing and embodying the energy that you felt from her all of the time. All the time, whenever you can. If you're cooking dinner and doing the dishes, how does she do that in your world? And if she doesn't do the dishes in her world, why are you doing the dishes? That is a question, right? So like, obviously I live alone and my dog is not participating in me training her to do the dishes. Trust me, I tried. So I need to do the dishes right now. But every time I do the dishes, I drop into a visualize, because I hate doing the dishes, guys. I hate cleaning toilets. Not that I won't, but I just don't like it. And some of you guys love that stuff. So in those times too, where you're feeling the vibration of doing things that you love, how is she showing up there? How is she stepping into that? How, you were told lives and masterminds. Yes, never done these before. So are you supposed to create a mastermind, Andy, or are you supposed to be in one? And lives are like you on video. I started seeing you jump into videos lately on your stories. You stepping into that and speaking that out loud is just you attuning to stepping into this next evolution to get to where she is, right? Taking the leap, jumping in, having the courage. Sometimes this is the thing too. Having the courage to step into where you need to go and allowing yourself to move through that. You need to create them. Awesome. That's so great. So cool. You saw her, she was absolutely perfect. I instantly tell, yeah, safe, calm, confident energy. Okay, I am complete, I think, in the way I need to converse with you guys today. If you guys love this, if you felt anything from this, I'm going to do like a shout out here. Like, please feel free to tag me on your Instagram stories that this was amazing. Oh, a couple things. Let me tell you guys about this. Okay. So I moved my Scale and Conquer workshop tonight because of all this funky energy going on. I just felt like I needed to move it, and everything I do is in alignment. So instead tonight, I'm going to do a free meditation to remove the junk. Okay. And I'm going to be doing it at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you want that and you desire to be on it, it's going to be on Zoom. Just send me a message on Facebook, Instagram, wherever, and I'll send you the link and you can jump in on that with us. So a lot of us in my world are feeling it, and I've been told I need to serve this way. So I'm going to go in, and I don't know what's going to happen, but something will. So we're going to do that tonight. Also too, tomorrow I have 2 things launching. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about this. I was telling you guys about my journey 13 years ago, getting my first spiritual mentor. And after about a year of working with her, this concept called the 12 veils of illusion dropped in. And for every month, for 12 months, I had to clear a veil that was in this alignment for me awakening in my spirituality, for me removing some of the crap that whatever, embodiment, multidimensional stuff, past life stuff, everything. So what would happen is in that month I'd go through, let's say one of the veils was jealousy, which is actually one of the veils. I would drop into jealousy the whole entire month before we cleared it. So I was talking to Spirit and just going, okay, guys, like, what are we doing? And they're like, you're going to teach the 12 veils of illusion. And I was like, I am? You know, I'm supposed to write a book called The 12 Veils of Illusion. That's an autobiography. Me and those 12 veils. Okay. My process with it. So back in 2012, when we did this, I wrote a bunch of notes. So I said, okay, I can handle this. And I said to them, how long is it going to be? And they're like, it's 12 weeks. So it's not 12 months, not a year container. It's 12 weeks because the energy is amplified. We can clear this stuff faster. Inadequacy, feeling unloved, scarcity, grief, guilt, shadow self. Like there's 12 veils. So the program launches to the public tomorrow. It's going to launch out to the public at $333, which is super crazy price, but I was told to offer it to you guys for $222. So if you guys are in for this, if you feel like you're ready to shift this vibrational level in all of your timelines, past, future, ancestral, multidimensional, and all of that, 12 veils, yeah, all 12 of them, you guys can get it for $222 if that feels right. So the links will be in the group. You'll see them there. You can jump in. It's happening on a Monday at 4 p.m. every Monday starting the 19th of September. I wanted to make sure I did it on the same day, moving that through. So yes, okay, you guys are ready. Okay, the links are in the group. You guys can get them after. Then, I can't wait to talk to you guys about this. My next paid masterclass where I'm going to be channeling Goddess Callie. And if you guys don't know Callie, she's a freaking force. So she is all like, you see her in pictures if you look, like she's holding heads. She's got all of these arms with all of these different swords on them. And she literally cuts shadow out of people and helps people merge their shadow self and their light, like embodying fully your dimension. So I'm teaching a masterclass called the Shadow Elixir. I didn't name it, it dropped in. And that is also going to be on September the 19th. For those of you guys that are in the membership, so I offer a membership. If you want it, it's $44 a month and you get all of my masterclasses for $44 a month. But if you just want to take the Shadow Elixir, you can take it for $44. And the link is up there. It will increase to $111. All the prices are going to go up. The 12 Veils of Illusion program too is going to go up to $888 at its final price when it launches, like when it actually goes into live. So if you guys feel that, go ahead and grab it. And then next week, I just want to tell you guys about this. Every month I do a circle. Lately, I have been channeling some powerhouse people. Last month, it was Isis and personal power. This month, we're manifesting in quantum realities with the goddess Hathor, who actually trained Isis, all Egyptian energy, very much joyful. Like she is way easier to channel than Isis was. Like for Isis for 2 weeks, I was in this like, oh my God, accelerated powerhouse energy. And when I was talking to Hathor the other day, I was like, whoa, I feel you in my heart. I do that one Wednesday a month. So it's next week, next Wednesday at 8 p.m. We're going to be doing some cool things multidimensionally in this circle. So if you feel that too, the link's there. But you guys get to choose. You know, like I offer this up. This is my style. And if you feel inclined to any of those things, the links are in the group. You can feel free to do that. But all I really want to say to you guys, continue to lead with your intuition. Continue to flow in the things that are needed for you right now. And don't allow your human self to disintegrate, to dissipate your light. Okay, we are in this mixture right now of shadow light, battle within us, battle within our service to the world, battle within our impact to keep shining up and stepping in. And I want to say this to you guys, you are meant for amazing things. And those amazing things could be your energy when you go to the grocery store or the way you parent your child. It doesn't always have to be 10,000 people on a stage, you know, in a room doing a keynote speech. All of us have a pathway, a light, a piece to the puzzle. Our job is to get that piece honed in and light that fucker up. That's what our job is. So I just want to say that to you in all dynamics and all aspects. And again, if you guys have anything come up, if you guys are being challenged maybe to step into your actions or you need more clarity on them, put it in the group. I say this all the time and some people are like, I just didn't want to bother anybody. I'm like, no, fucking bother us, okay? Step in to that group, step in and ask your questions if you desire answers. I am here to serve in all capacities in every way, shape, or form. When I do these things, it's not just to launch new stuff, although that is a byproduct of it. It's to serve in this energy. My job is to amplify every single time I step onto a camera, I step into a call, I step into the world, is to amplify. And I want this for you. So use the tools. Okay. Does anyone have any questions before we pop off? I know the comments are a little bit delayed, so I just want to hold space for a minute. I know you guys got stuff to do. I kind of over-delivered. What? That's not my style. But I know we are all going through a lot. I know we are. So I just want to make sure you guys know that you are love. You are loved. You are love. You are light. The circles are 44 too, Vita. And then if you buy more than one, you can get them more discounted. Like there's options there. If you sign up for all 7, they're $38 or $38 a month. You can do it on payments. So yes, Glenda. Amazing. Danny, I'm so happy you were here. Vita, Tanya, Glenda, Andy. I know Angela was on for a little bit. Jackie was here for a bit. Tanya, oh my gosh. So grateful for all of you guys that were here. If I missed anybody's name, I apologize. Megan, yes, rewatch it. Use it. I would even, because I'm going to send you guys a link on YouTube. If you guys are savvy enough, I would take it off of YouTube. I would cut out the pieces of the meditation, literally chop up the video and just have it on your phone if you desire that. So there's a lot of possibilities here and I'm open to all of them in whatever way serves you guys. So you're open to that. So lots of love and light from my arena and I'll see you guys all soon. All right. Have a great day.